The way you should. Watch. Capital of the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. Is this the terrorist screening center?
Hit pause.
Yeah, I just made a traffic
That little psychological thing they do is to make it look like it's interactive. You notice CNN and Fox are going to this computer internet look now as if you're interactive because their studies and focus groups have shown that your psychological algorithm likes surfing the web more. They realize it's all going to that, so they want to put you in a passive web psychology, so by turning up the volume, it makes you feel like you're in control. Okay, because the experience psychologically of being in control is better with the internet, so they're trying to mimic that and also make it look like at a primitive level, like this guy's a witch doctor. Your subconscious mind sees it that way, that he knows how to do something real cool, like turn the audio up. Again, all psychological warfare by these psychops engineers. Once you understand their operation, you can totally defeat them. We'll go out to break with more of the video. Here it is.
The driver's name gave a Category 3 hit through NCIC. I was advised to call you. And that's the name of that song. Call TSC. The screeners there can help you know for sure if the guy you stopped is really the guy on the list. And even if he's an exact match, he may not be a terrorist. Some of the people we're interested in are associates or supporters, under investigation because they're affiliated with terrorism.
Hit pause.
Since this is a category...
Did you hear that? That is the absolute key to all of this. When you look at all these federal reports about environmental activists, anti-war activists, the Army spying domestically, illegally on mainline anti-war, pro-life, pro-choice groups, everybody gets spied on by this corrupt system. And they're saying you're all affiliated with terrorists. Gun owners, veterans, everybody's a terrorist. We'll be right back.
Are you concerned for the safety of your loved ones? Listen closely to this message from pepperspray.com. Every 22 seconds a violent crime is committed. America has changed, and your personal safety is your first priority. Be smart. Be safe. Trust pepper spray instead of your luck. Pepperspray.com is the only website you'll ever need for all of your non-lethal self-defense supplies. Pepperspray.com carries one of the largest assortments of pepper spray and personal safety products on the web. From big to small, we have it all. Pepper spray, mace, animal repellents, stun guns, and tasers. Pepperspray.com also carries a large assortment of products for personal, home, child, and pet safety. Enter SAFE in the coupon box and you'll receive a special discount off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Go to pepperspray.com. That's pepperspray.com or call 1-800-908-9988 today.
Okay, folks, we're now going to go back to the video, and here is the key. I know Kurt Nimmo and Paul Watson, everybody's going to write articles on this, and I really think the headline should be, you know, restricted FBI training video shows police being indoctrinated that general public are terrorists. Because... Or some similar headline, because they're saying here, oh, go ahead and pull people over, ask them questions. Why are there millions of people on the list? Well, they might know a terrorist or be supporters of terrorists. And what have they said? They said, if you are anti-war, remember the Deputy Attorney General back in 2003, I'll never forget this, his last name was Calhoun, was in the Oakland Tribune, and this was quotes from a press conference, and he said, all protesting is banned in California against the war, because the war, and he was a Democrat, that was the mind control Bush had at that time. He said because the war is against al-Qaeda, and so protesting the war is aiding al-Qaeda. And that's why when it came out that people protesting Halliburton in Houston had Army intelligence and groups assigned to the NSA and CIA spying on them. And these were groups that went out front Halliburton and handed out cookies to workers. So groups with no criminal records. In fact, it came out in New York that the CIA was advising the FBI on Critical Mass, the bike riding group. Because, see, the CIA does revolutions all over the world in countries it wants to overthrow. So it recognizes, my God, there's people saying bikes have rights, and they're getting together, and it's spreading. Set them up, beat them up. So the FBI, advised by the CIA, all over the East Coast, you've seen the videos online, will just come up and tackle and order the police to beat up women and teenagers and people and just arrest them for riding their bikes. In fact, people won't believe us. Just Google critical mass beat up. Shows cops just T-boning, tackling people, slamming heads in concrete, blood all over the place. All CIA run because they were scared. They're like, my God, people are getting together and riding bikes. Beat the hell out of them right now. Because, again, they engineer fake revolutions, and they know a real one when they see it. So how are they going to demonize that? They're going to stage terror attacks. They're going to say militias did it. They're going to create fake militia groups. They're going to provocateur and go find unstable people to carry out terror or carry out shootings. They are going to radicalize, and we're going to go over that evidence coming up. But let's go back to the video where he's saying people are on the terror watch list because they're supporters of terrorists. And they're now saying if you are anti-war in any way, you're not going to fly, you're not going to own a gun, no fly, no buy, that's the new bill. The Attorney General says he doesn't care if it doesn't pass. Eric Holder is just going to say you can't own guns. And suddenly, people I talk to, veterans, people with no criminal record, retired cops can't get guns. And they go, sorry, can't tell you why you're on the list. No judge, no jury, total tyranny, overnight. Here's the video.
So how does our officer handle the news? The way you should. Watch. Capital of the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. Is this the terrorist screening center? Yeah, I just made a traffic stop and the driver's name gave a Category 3 hit through NCIC. I was advised to call you. And that's the name of that song. Call TSC. The screeners there can help you know for sure if the guy you stopped is really the guy on the list. And even if he's an exact match, he may not be a terrorist. Some of the people we're interested in are associates or supporters, under investigation because they're affiliated with terrorism. Since this is a Category 3 hit, the officer should collect information on both these people, but not let them know that law enforcement is interested in them for terrorism.
So where are you coming from?
Our home?
Is that your wife?
Girlfriend.
Ma'am, could I see some ID, please? Thank you.
Next step, run the passenger's name.
Go ahead, 217.
Name check on Kovac, Kilo Oscar Victor, Alpha Charlie Kilo, Karen, common spelling, DOB 1983-0409.
With Category 3 or 4 hits, you won't make any arrests that you wouldn't have otherwise.
217, no wants, no warrants.
217, 10-4.
Since the results for the passenger were negative, the officer finishes his normal business for the traffic stop.
Your signature's not an admission of guilt. It just certifies that your mailing address is correct. All the other instructions are on the form.
Of course, he's going to keep his eyes open for anything interesting or unusual in the car. That would include cameras, binoculars, video equipment, GPS, maybe things like sleeping bags that suggest...
All right, let's stop right there. Remember all the articles where it said a road almanac's a sign of terror? The Texas report put out by the feds write it, the state puts it out, said wearing blue jeans, having a cell phone. In New York, it was a woman with a baby in a baby carriage. A man is a priest. The message is everyone's a terrorist. All this done in the name of fighting 19 guys directed from a cave in Afghanistan. Now they admit, no, Northcom and Homeland Security is for the American people. Their own reports. See, overnight, it's you're the terrorist. And they're saying sleeping bags, binoculars, anybody on a road trip. And see, then they say that's now a probable cause to search your car. I mean, this is all just training you to be a slave. And then teaching these cops that these are all excuses to go after you. And then, of course, in the video, then later, the people that have suspicious stuff are guilty. So it also creates the false perception that people are guilty. Let's continue with the brainwashing.
With the stop concluded and the suspects on their way, the officer will talk to the terrorist screening center once again. This time, he'll give them all the info we gathered on the car and the 2 people. And TSC may connect them with CT Watch as well. And with that, he's done. Now let's take a look at another call where you might meet someone on the list. The suspicious person call. See way down there? There's a woman taking photos of the dam. Someone called 911 and reported a suspicious person. Our officer took the call and is just arriving on the scene.
(217).
217.
I'm at the Smith Lake Dam. I have a white female in her 20s taking photos near the spillway.
10-4, 217.
All of you know how to interview someone, so let's fast forward. We'll pick it up after he's heard her story and gotten her ID.
Lima Alpha November, Alpha Tango Alpha. First name Maria. Middle initial A. DOB 1977 0713. 1977 0713.